I failed just about every single diet that I ever did until I learned this. At some point, it's not about knowledge. I constantly rebounded, even when I owned the gym. I had all the knowledge, all the experience, but I just still rebounded and felt terrible. In today's video, this isn't a list of tips. This is my honest experience and how I finally got out of that cycle and stopped having this rebound. So here's what I realised after years of messing this up, and you might be on the same boat. So most people, including me, massively underestimate or underestimated the amount of time that it's going to take them to get to where they want to be. Everyone thinks 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, but it might take several phases. And the point is, it's not that you can't make progress in that time, you absolutely can. But there's a point where your body doesn't want to be in a deficit because it's against what it's here to do. It's to stay alive, and if people don't realise if you stay in a deficit for long enough, you die. So most people make progress in a really short period of time. Maybe they actually get really close, or if not at their goal, and then they just rebound and they go into this cycle. And I've done that, so this is what I'm kind of trying to give you advice on. So you need to be at your goal. So let's just say, for example, you got your goal. You need to be at your goal for long enough for it to become a default. Your body runs on habits and behaviours, not on goals. It runs on structure and predictability. Like 95% of your life is lived on autopilot. So for you to embed that into your life, it's going to take some time and maintenance at that goal. The trouble is, a year isn't linear. You're always going back and forth. There's always going to be holidays coming up, events, stress, work, whatever, you name it. So you end up in this kind of back and forth loop between nearly getting there and then going right back, maybe even worse. And then you feel guilty, it's harder to start again. And I've done a separate video on this, on the emotional cycle of change and why that happens. But what finally helped me understand this wasn't necessarily that, it was understanding exactly where I need to be in order to sustain it. Because your goal isn't an end destination by any means. Because whenever I finally got there, I then realised how difficult it was to actually get to those kind of debatable single figure body fat percentage and sustain it, especially in my lifestyle. I enjoy a drink, I enjoy food too much, and I'm impulsive, I've got ADHD, so I was never going to be able to sustain that. But my point is, where a lot of people go wrong is, even if you get to your goal, where you start to feel a bit better, it's good to experience either side, but with the view in mind that you're actually going to go backwards throughout the year, and that's absolutely fine, and you're not a failure for doing so. I gain and lose weight several points throughout the year, but the difference is, and the difference to previously, is the fact that over the course of your big diet, everyone has one big diet. If you get to the point where you start to feel more comfortable, you're only a few pounds away from going in that negative trajectory again, that negative kind of default mode network of your brain and your habits and your behaviours. Whenever you go beyond that and you experience maybe something that's slightly more unsustainable, you've also then got a buffer point. And as long as you accept the fact that you're going to gain weight and you're not a failure for doing so, then you know you're also only kind of 4 to 6 weeks from kind of tidying it up and tightening things up a bit. And a lot of people can be aggressive for 4 to 6 weeks, but everyone has one big diet, and you need to get beyond your goal set point and stay there for a bit, and then the cycle doesn't ever go away. No one stays at the exact same weight. But instead of it being this mad cycle of like guilt, you end up just in this kind of back and forth of, say, 5 to 10 pounds, different for every person, where I still feel happy until I get to a point, and then I go, I need to sort this out a bit. But it doesn't become overwhelming because I know it's only kind of 4 or 6 weeks. And also, when you get to the point where you know, for me, that kind of really lean point isn't worth it for what I have to give up, it's also an itch that I don't need to scratch anymore, because I go, I didn't even enjoy that anyway. Like, it looks cool for social media, but I like my life too much. So if you're feeling like you're stuck in that cycle, first of all, you need to enjoy it. So there's some free meals and stuff down below where you can actually enjoy it. Meal plan builder, etc. 28 ways in 28 days to fix your food. On top of that, if you want to get some advice on coaching, I've got more affordable options, more expensive options. I don't pressure people into signing up. Or just watch my free stuff, whatever. It's all down below. And if you want to learn the fastest way to get in shape that isn't sustainable, then go here, and I'll see you in the next one.